Hello everyone, nice to meet you and thanks for watching my video. I'm going to do a video essay and discussing how the relationship between user engagement and digital installation had affected the digital media industry future. To make this video, I'm honored to invite Sumei Cha, the creative director of Other Half Studio in Singapore, to provide her professional experience in digital arts. The visitor became a participant in the digital art installation and also formed the interaction between human and non-human digitalization. User engagement is also a very important practical behavior for formal and informal learning, and the intentional and unintentional nature of informal learning can activate various elements of enjoyment, play, experimentation, and emotion. For example, visiting a museum is also an informal learning activity. This allows artists in the digital field to define engagement as a vital presence when they are designing concepts for digital user experience design. Among them, participation can be explained as the quality of user experience, including its challenging, positive impact and durability, aesthetic and sensory appeal, attention, feedback, variety, interaction, and perceived user control. Digital technology has further transformed art practice by introducing the new tools and new possibilities in artworks to interact with the audience, which includes land art, the introduction of conceptualism, digital performances, installation, and form. The transformation of the digital revolution has created a new connection to the world and making a huge impact on art galleries and museums. One of the consequences that caused by the digital evolution is the transforming of target audiences in the museum and art galleries, which affected by the transformation of traditional art to digital art. Nowadays, digital art still has the same level of production and accessibility as traditional art form. The evolution from traditional art to digital art has also participated in the development of digital technology, making people not only focus on various digital arts but also change their user behavior. Most people have started using smartphones and use the internet for various business, education, and information dissemination functions. This also makes it necessary to consider the extensive use of internet by visitors in the exhibition hall, which limits or slows down other business activities and brings a suboptimal viewing experience. Whether in a museum, art gallery, or public space used to exhibit art installations, if the use of internet restricts the sharing experience of visitors, this will affect the viewing experience and affect the flow of tourists. In the early days when social media was widely used, museums had worried that allowing visitors to take photos of the collections and exhibits in the museum would reduce the flow of tourists. This allows people to view the artwork on an electronic screen rather than physically visiting the museum. This suspicion was quickly dispelled, and the sharing of social media has driven people's behavior, forming a contagious force for tourists to swarm in. In addition, it can also be explained that the visitor helped the museum sell their digital media participation and experience to the public. This kind of behavior is like a virus on social media, and it infects people want to do the same thing or going to the same place that others did. This phenomenon shows that the audience engagement strategy does increase people's attendance rate for art performances.
And of course, if you were to promote your social media in the right way and you're consistent with your work as an artist, I believe you will be able to gauge like the right kind of traction in your social media. And I think also in today's age, everyone is trying to collaborate with each other. So even as artists ourselves, we do collaborate with other artists, so that way you're leveraging on each other's audiences on social media as well. to also grow your social media. Yeah. So of course, I think it does help. But again, my argument would be, of course, you're just creating something pretty, but do people really understand like the meaning behind your artwork as well? Or they just don't care? They just want something pretty and Instagrammable, and then that makes you a famous artist, lah. So last year, my story was like, because I've always been the one managing our social media, and last year I actually took like a social media detox.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like you say, like, relying on social media is important, but at the same time, I think being off social media is also rewarding. And maybe by chance we've already have like a fixed kind of clients that we have. But of course, I also wish that I could be more consistent on our other half social media and posting things lah. And I think you will always go back to thinking like, actually, it's not really about being popular, but showing the right content that you want your audiences to understand and be able to like engage and also like feel it lah, rather than it's just for like popularity purposes lah.
Mm-hmm.
But it does help. It really does help. Okay, like in my personal view, there's like different kind of artists. So there are artists who create installations that are, example, like pressing on environmental issues.
Mm-hmm.
So if by chance this environmental issues is the current trending news, then in a way, it sort of helps boost the person's popularity. But there are certain artists who works their way around where they see what's the trending issues and then they try to create works that are inspired by the current issues. Like, okay, example, maybe one of the artists I know, Red Hong Yi,
Mm-hmm.
she's always pick up like current issues to promote like her art installation or her art. So I think there are certain artists who are like that. But I think for me or for other half as an artist, we usually lean towards, still going back to why did we create art, and what's the purpose of us creating art. We don't really necessarily is influenced by, a user behavior some sort. But maybe then again, like throughout the years when we're doing exhibition, of course we're always thinking of ways of how we can make our art installation more immersive, so more people will enjoy, or like people could have more feelings or more interaction in our art. Yeah. So probably in a way user behavior do in a way influence. Yeah. Like, nowadays people are they want something interactive or they want something fun. So, like potentially we are always looking of ways on how we can improve our digital installation towards engaging audiences more lah. Yeah. I feel that I still do appreciate like traditional art.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in a way there are always this argument about, digital art is not really art, like it's only like traditional painting on paper or like certain craftsmanship in an art or like artisanal values in the art is the one that counts. But I think one thing about digital art that we cannot overlook is, I think digital art sort of helps problem solving or helps certain things. Like example, it's the same as like I'm not sure whether you know about the Van Gogh's exhibition at the Atelier des Lumières. So I mean Van Gogh, of course, his paintings are traditionally on canvas, but when you collaborate with another person to like bring it to life, art in a way helps your art. This like in a way, digital can help take your art to the next level. So I think what I mean is like, in a way, digital or art and technology could really help bring, your traditional art or whatever to the next level, and vice versa. Like, it is very overlapping and sort of leveraging on each other in that sense, in this form.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I see digital art. Rather than being inferior, I think it's just like a really different field, and they both have their own different strengths and art form. Yeah. Like, personally, I do enjoy like traditional art on paper, and I can actually go to museums and galleries and really like sit down for a long time just like staring at the art as well. So I would really feel that, it really depends on like the target audience. They all may cater to like same but different target audiences. Yeah. So I don't necessarily think they're inferior, but yeah, I do know of like this, discussion always about, like digital art may be jeopardizing, other kinds of art forms that are more traditional. Yeah. So yeah, this is my take.
After the interviews, there are some questions about whether user engagement has affected the development of digital installation, but certainly it cannot be ignored. The use of social media also helped to increase people participation in digital installation, but some only participated in because of the popularity of digital installation at the time who did not understand the significance of digital art. Maybe they just want to follow other friends or take beautiful pictures, but still hope people can understand the meaning behind the installation. Some artists produce works according to the trending issues, analyzing the behavior and interests of audience to get attention from users. Some artists like to make their own arts and create a good user experience through their arts. However, user behavior is still considered in the production concept and process. Therefore, user engagement and their behavior are still very important for digital installation, not to mention significant impact, but need constant attention.